Hello, Aquarius. Welcome back to Spirit Source Tarot. Hi, everyone. I hope you've been doing well. We are going to do your monthly reading for April 2025. We're going to pull 4 cards and clarify as much as we have to. Pardon me. If we have further questions at the end of the reading, I will post an extended in the description box. If not, we might just be able to get all our questions answered during the reading. Please feel free to share this reading as well with anyone who you feel like might benefit from the message. Okay, speaking of message, people that are in your energy or you're thinking about subconsciously could also come through here. So you might feel like, okay, this is really relatable to so-and-so's situation. So that's perfectly fine and normal. Okay, thank you guys so much for liking and sharing also and helping to grow this channel. I am direct and to the point, and sometimes the readings are a bit triggering, but I do my best to give you a heads up, especially in the title. So guys, let's go ahead, Aquarius, and get this reading started for you. Really interested to see what's been going on with you, where these storylines have developed. First card out for you, dear. Death card, which is sometimes a very good thing. Second card for you, dear. The Empress. The Empress has been quite active. Death card, the Empress. Ace of Pentacles. And your fourth card. And the Hanged Man. The Hanged One. Honestly, this looks really great, right? This looks really great. And I could be mistaken, which is rare. But I am getting a feeling of somebody willing to leave another person if their situation changes, or considering leaving a situation because their financial situation has changed. They've increased, they're coming into some sort of abundance, their living situation is stable, they're able to make the change that they've been desiring, wanting to. Some of us, like people advise, like if you have to leave a situation, get all your ducks in a row. Make sure that you have something set up, an apartment, another home. Your finances are in order. You're not going to be, hurt and in a terrible predicament once you do leave. So there's a waiting period before that can actually happen sometimes, and I feel like that's what's occurring here. So let's see, Aquarius, clarify. And if you have been, well, we support here. Let's clarify the Death card for Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. Knight of Wands. Okay, somebody has been actively planning a physical move, a physical change. Why? Maybe because they were in a relationship with somebody with the Knight of Wands, flirty, third party sort of behavior, immature behavior as well. This planning could start this month and take it to like a place in your mind where you're solidified. Maybe it was something you were tossing back and forth before, but towards the end of the month, I would say with the Hangman, you'll find clarity in making that decision. The decision will be final and made. Let's put it that way, okay? Because sometimes we do toss ideas back and forth. It'll, creep in like a little daydream. But I think during this month, you're going to finalize it in your heart. You're going to come to terms with it, and it's going to feel right to you. Clarifying the Empress. Knight of Swords. Thank you. Decision made. I'm finally at the place in my life where, okay, it looks like I can afford, to move out, to get my own home, apartment, pay my own stuff. This is the reason why. Somebody is putting an end to this because of this Knight of Wands. The Empress may have found out something, or it may be the last straw of it. But there has been a straw that broke this camel's back here. And that's evidenced here by the Knight of Swords. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles for Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles for Aquarius. And that's clarified by the Devil card. Thank you. So beneath the surface, there's static. There's drama. Beneath the surface, there's tumultuous, ruckus behavior. And like I said, it looked great, but I didn't feel that it was, necessarily, your life is going to be transformed for the better. No, this is something that you've been pondering, or they've been pondering for quite some time. And there has been a holdup. Maybe this person was strategically messing up your finances. They had something to do with the delay. They had something to do with the delay. You might find out that this person was taking money out of your bank account, joint bank account. You might find out that this person was saying they didn't earn as much and making you foot more of the joint shared finances and stuff than you needed to. But they've been dabbling and messing with your ability to leave. And I think they've been doing this to finance their Knight of Wands behavior. Because you got to pay to play. It is not, I don't know. I don't want to act like I know what's going out there in the streets. But it takes a certain amount of cash flow to facilitate this. I don't know if you're meeting people for drinks, hotels. You got to have the clothes to, look the part. And so you do have to invest a little bit into the cheating, into the third party behavior and lifestyle. And this person has been doing that. Definitely has been doing that. They might have been taking from you in a direct way, not an indirect way, by cheating and saying that they don't have any when they do. They could have had and took yours. But I feel like this finances that you're finding out about was used to facilitate this lifestyle. Clarifying the Hanged One for Aquarius. So, I'm feeling like because it's an Empress, you're pissed, disappointed, and feeling a little bit like, you've been hoodwinked a bit, but you knew. So it's not like a shocker. You knew this. But the evidence is here now with the Knight of Swords. Like, swords are information. So you have now the concrete information. You have now maybe the receipts, credit cards, this and that, showing, hotels and bars and gifts. Who knows? That went into this. The receipts are here with the Knight of Swords. Clarifying the Hanged One for Aquarius. There we are, dear. Okay. This is what we said. We are now finalizing the thing that we've been considering, contemplating. Like I said, I'm rarely wrong. Unfortunately, in this situation. But Ten of Swords. This is an end to it. The swords are in common here. This is an end to what has been occurring. Sometimes it takes receipts just to know and be sure in your heart of hearts you're doing the right thing. And now, like we said, with the Hanged One, you have your confirmation with the Knight of Swords to go ahead and put the kibosh on this. This person is a sneak. This person is a cheat. This person lied to take from you to facilitate their scandalous behavior. This is what they do. They're coming across with the Knight of Wands and the Devil. This is their character. This is their nature here. And now we have the receipts. Clarifying the Death card right next to the Knight of Wands for Aquarius. So I'm glad you're getting the clarification, that you need. The Ten of Pentacles came out, but it was a fumble. Let's continue to clarify. Thank you, Spirit, for Aquarius. Clarifying right next to, look at that. So this is what we were in deliberation about. 2 hangmen on the table. This is what we were in deliberation about. This person's behavior. This is what we needed to have clarity about and absolute proof about. This person's behavior. These are the receipts that you now have the clarity and the go-ahead to put an end to this situation with the swords in common. Okay? The receipts are here this month in April. Some of you might have just, gotten that confirmation, and some of you it might be unfolding soon or as we speak. Clarifying the Empress further right next to the Knight of Swords. Yeah, and I feel like this is just this person's nature. I don't feel like there's somebody special in their lives. They're incapable of having and recognizing anything special. They like going from person to person and living that risque lifestyle. Clarifying the Empress right next to the Knight of Swords. And that's clarified by the 8 of Swords. This is the information that we were waiting to find. This is the information that maybe they were, moving things around, moving parts, so you were unable to get the receipts. And this is that thing that you wanted to be sure of before you pulled the trigger on this relationship. Here it is. It has been going on for a while because these are 8 swords. This is a lot of swords. This is a lot of things that just didn't sit right, feel right, were suspicious of, was on your mind. And the Knight of Swords is here to say, hey, I know what you've been doing. I see it all, saw it all. You've been, taken from me to go and mess around, do whatever. The receipts are here. You'll find something that gives you the concrete proof that you need. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles right next to the Devil for Aquarius. And that's clear. Thank you. This is some sort of banking institution. This is like financial receipts, like we said. This is a document. This is irrefutable proof. This is so concrete that there's no doubts left with the Hanged One. Seeing what this person has been doing is in your hands. And what they've been doing is, related to this Devil and the Knight of Wands behavior. they've had another lifestyle going on. And I don't know how they slipped up or whatever, but it was definitely a financial slip. And I feel like it is so strong in my energy that they were taking from the joint situation unfairly so they could have extra to do what they needed to do, wanted to do. This King of Swords is facts. How they say it, nothing but the facts, ma'am. This is concrete facts. This is so much information that, it's literally everything you wanted to know. Where, when, even maybe who, with, how often. These are concrete facts. Clarifying the Hanged One. Right next to the Ten of Swords for Aquarius. So good. I mean, some people sit in this limbo in this Eight of Swords for a long freaking time. And like I said, this has been going on for quite some time. So to get that freedom, to finally detach from this toxic person, this toxic situation, and go into a lifestyle of, more respect, being treated right, happier, peace of mind, where you can flourish and glow. That's a reason to celebrate, Finally, some damn receipts. Clarifying the Hanged One for Aquarius, right next to the Ten of Swords. And that's clarified. Oops, hang on. All right, I almost knocked down the camera. That's clarified by the Four of Pentacles. This is, utterly selfish behavior. This is the thievery. This is the thievery. And these are the pentacles that this person used to facilitate this lifestyle. This person could have been going to prostitutes, just, what do they call it when you're not courting, but you're, just try to be out there like you got it going on and throwing money around and buying people gifts and living a life of a facade of fake. But they were doing this. They were hoarding this in order to do that. So any questions that you've been thinking about, that's been dogging you, things that just haven't sat right about the situation, is going to be provided for you. You are going to find it. You are going to have access to it. And it is going to be such irrefutable, undisputable facts that it gives you the courage, not necessarily the courage, because you've always had that, but the final sort of peace of mind to end this, knowing that you've done the right thing. It is going to sit right with your spirit immediately. All right. I really don't feel like there's anything left here worth clarifying, because you've spent time here in the Eight of Swords just waiting for proof. This person has been kind of skilled at shucking and jiving and hiding things, and finally you see it all. They were good at making sure you couldn't figure stuff out, making sure that with the two hangmans that you couldn't put your finger on quite what they were doing. But now you have, and it's a wrap. So I'm happy for you. And that's what we do here. We support. So Aquarius, I'm eager to see how things unfold for you moving forward. Thank you so much for letting me share. I'll see you later.